What's going on, guys? We're going to be going live in a few minutes. I just want to say hello. Hey, how you doing? What's going on, man? You okay? So give me a second here. All right, what's going on, guys? Want to say hello. What's happening? We're going to go ahead and get started in a moment. Give me 1 second, please. Go ahead and put the questions in you have for me. I'm a state certified driving instructor, teach adults, teach teens. We want to go ahead and get it. It's the wrong email. We'll go ahead and get it moving and welcome all of you in. Go ahead and put questions in you may have.
Recording in progress.
All right, let's go ahead and get it. Hey, I wanted to say hello. Hey, how you doing? Let's go ahead and get it. Okay, I want to welcome all of you in. All of you need to put your first, middle, last name, and date of birth. Session is recorded, so I'm going to turn on the chat. Go ahead and put your information in. I'm going to turn on the chat, and we need to go ahead and bring in good energy in. So go ahead, chat is on. Go ahead and do that. Put your first, middle, and last name in. Yes, I am, and it's all good. What's going on? Now we're going to go ahead and remove you, bro. You're doing too much. Hey, you got to come with intelligent questions. If you're not coming with intelligent questions, you're going to be removed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I need you to do is put in a couple of driver's ed related questions, right? Let's go ahead and get this going. All of you put in driver's ed related questions about the process. I'm going to go ahead and do a question and answer session before we go over the rest of the information. Go ahead and put the question in. Hey, how are you doing? My cousin lives in Germany. So go ahead and put questions in right now. Right? Also, the drives that I have tonight, I have to cancel because I have to go see my brother. He just got back from the hospital. So Jonah and Josh, I will not be able to drive you guys tonight. We're going to have to reschedule. So again, Jonah and Josh, James, I already know what you're going to say. Just put your hand down. You're here. If you're here half an hour, 20 minutes, a half an hour, it's all good. So right now, again, Jonah and Josh, I will not be able to drive you guys tonight. We'll do a reschedule. Don't stress. It's all good. And then also, Claire, I want to get you in with the group on Friday. So what I want to do, Jonah, Josh, what I want to do, Jonah and Josh and Claire, I want to drive you three this Friday. I like to go 5:30 to 8:30. Claire, yes or no? I want to get you in this Friday, Claire. 5:30 to 8:30. Yes or no?
Yes.
I like what you said, Claire. Jonah, Josh, 5:30 to 8:30. Yes or no?
Yeah.
I got Josh. Okay. Family comes first, and I want to get you going. Okay, I'm going to make that change in my schedule. I appreciate you working with me. I want to have a great session tonight. Put in questions you have about driver's education. Please put this in. Yes, I do have a driver's license. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. So again, we'll go 5:30 to 8:30 this Friday. That'll work. Claire, you'll be able to sit in and watch, and we'll get some good driving. So it's all good. And I want all of you to feel comfortable. That's really important. No, I'm state certified in the United States in the Midwest. Okay, I'm going to go through your questions. Go ahead and put those questions in right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions. I need all of you to put in a couple questions, right? This is driver's ed related, license related. Your test is Thursday. It is 80 questions. You have 2 hours. You need to take your time, read your question. We'll do some test prep tonight. So I'm going to put all those questions. All of you put a question in. What should you do if there's an emergency vehicle coming when there's a lot of traffic? What about if you're in the intersection? Okay, here's the rule. If you're in the intersection, you have a right to leave the intersection, okay? You don't just sit there because you'll get hit. So if you're already in, go through, get over to the side. If you hear an emergency vehicle and you're not sure, turn on your blinkers, gradually get over to the right if possible. If there's a red light, but you need, so if you have to go to the bathroom, you got to get over to the side of the road and try to find some place to go to the bathroom. You don't want to use the bathroom in public. That's called indecent exposure. You'll get a ticket, okay? So, most fast food restaurants have a bathroom. Most of you know this. You go to fast food places, Chick-fil-A, Tim Hortons, coffee places. You know about that, okay? So you don't want to wait till you absolutely have to go to the bathroom because you're going to have an accident. So you don't want to be that person. So use some common sense. Let's keep going. On what drive are we going to be merging? Merging where? Okay, use your round drive 4 or 5. We'll be merging on the expressway. Everyone's a little bit different. Take your time. Can you turn right on red? You have to stop. You got to look left, look right, and you got to check for a sign. If you don't look and you turn right on red, that's automatic failure on your road test. A lot of beginning drivers think they just can turn right on red. You have to look for a sign to your right, R-I-G-H-T. How many hours do you need before you're able to take segment 2? You need 30 hours in 3 months. 30 hours in 3 months. It's an hour and a half of driving per week. You can't get all of your hours in one day. You can't get all of your hours in 1 week. My dream vacation spot is Madagascar. So again, 30 hours in 3 months. When you're done with me, you need to be with your parents. Mom and Dad, let's go to Secretary of State. Mom and Dad, let's go to Secretary of State. Mom and Dad, let's go to Secretary of State. If you don't act serious about your driving, your parents won't take you seriously. I'm just being real with you. You have to put driving first. But I have AP classes, okay? Hey, AJ, how you doing? I have dance, okay? You're not the only kid that has sports or after-school activities. You have to make it a priority. And if you don't make it a priority, you won't put driving first. If you don't put driving first, you're going to be 16 and a half, 17 and a half, 18 and a half, 19 and a half, and you won't learn. Okay? Put driving first. If you want to learn how to drive and get good driving time in the wintertime at night, drive. If your parents are nervous, you're nervous, it's going to take you 6 months, 8 months. Most driving schools around the United States have a segment 2. Ohio is changing their rules. You have to have more driving behind the wheel. Florida is changing their rules. Could it come to our location? Maybe. Okay, you got a long time before you're 21. Laws could change. I like the question. So how do you get your hours? You tell your parents, hey, I want to go to the store, I'll drive. I want to go to grandma's, I'll drive. I want to go to down the street, I'll drive. You are your parents' Lyft and Uber. And if you drive scary and nervous, they're going to be like, we don't want you to drive because you make your mother nervous. Or your dad's like, I'm okay, but it's your mother. She's the one who's scared. What is your dream vacation spot? Man, it's Madagascar. Put more questions in. I asked about 72. Can you adjust your seat while driving? No, Carter. You want to adjust your seat? First, you get into the car. You lock the door. Then you adjust your seat. Yes, Carter, if you have to adjust your seat while driving, do that. But you should adjust your seat before you get started. You don't want to be too far away, like my arms are straight. You don't want to be too close, like the steering wheel is in your face. Okay? You need to be about 12 to 15 inches away from the steering wheel. There is an airbag. You want to have a slight bend in your elbows. There's some good videos I want to show you tonight. They're car driving videos. Okay, keep the questions coming in. What is the most common mistake young drivers make? Panic. Panic. You see cars, you panic. Mama! You see a light, you panic. Mama! You see someone merging on, you panic. Mama! Stop panicking. Don't panic. If you act scary, your mom and dad's going to act scary. They're going to be like, oh my God. You're like, Mom, you gave me a heart attack. You panic. Some of the common mistakes. You drive too close to cars. You tailgate. Some of the common mistakes. You don't turn the wheel all the way, and the car goes wide into the wrong lane. Some of the common mistakes. You pull out in front of an oncoming car, give your parent a heart attack. You don't judge distance properly. These are some of the common things. Remember, I'm an instructor. I have a brake. I have a mirror. Your mom and dad don't. If your mom screams, your dad says stop, you slam the brake, you get rear-ended. Whoever's in the front is the co-pilot. We love Taylor Swift. Don't hate on her. What's going on? Okay, let's keep going. So there are multiple common mistakes: going too fast, going too slow, having information overload. You live in the suburbs. You go to downtown Detroit. You go to downtown Chicago. You go to downtown New York. You have information overload. You don't have enough experience driving at night. You don't have experience driving in rush hour traffic. So your parents need to gradually expose you to this. I like the question. Let's keep going. What do you do if there's a vehicle going the wrong way? You get out of the way. You should be looking before you get into the roundabout. If you don't look where you're going, you're going to hit a car. You're going to hit a kid. Can you speed up to avoid an accident? Yes. Can you slow down to avoid an accident? Yes. Can you turn on your blinker to avoid an accident? Yes. Everything is keyword avoid the accident. Could you jump on the curb to avoid an accident? Yes. We don't want to crash and hit someone. If someone is going the wrong way in a roundabout, you should be looking before you get in, and don't go into the roundabout or slow down. So you want to always have that defensive mindset. Someone will go in the roundabout the wrong way. Someone will be going the wrong way in the downtown area. I like the question. I was sent here to do the makeup class. Great. The company sent you here. I know this. You know this. You're going to participate. We don't have strangers in here, Ben. How are you doing, Ben? That's not good. Ben, put some questions in. I know you're here. Random people don't come in. Got another question. Question. What will we already talked about that. Drive 5. Drive 5 will go on the expressway. Drive 4 or 5. Everyone's different. If I think you're ready, I'll get you on Drive 4. If I wait to Drive 6, that's too late. We want to practice merging, getting on, getting up to speed, getting off, slowing down. Getting on, getting up to speed, getting off, slow down. Going on and off counts as 1. I like to go on 4 times as a minimum. Okay? But we want to do above the minimum. We do not want to be mid. Let's keep going. What can you do if you are entering the freeway and there's a car in the lane and you attempt to merge? A car in front of you? No one will be beside you. If a car's in your lane, you slow down and let them get in front of you. Remember, the goal is to avoid an accident. Watch my videos, subscribe, join the live. I will show you. Look, they're coaches. If you are 16, 18, 20, there are good driving instructors out there. You just need to find the right one. So you always want to have room. Guys, you have a break. Slow down, If someone is taking your space, you slow down, you make more room. A lot of beginner drivers think, oh my God, they took my space. Make more room. Cover your brake. Squeeze the brake. It doesn't matter if you're white Christian or black Christian. We're all Christians. Race has no color. Clock LT. Okay, let's keep going. Is it okay to speed 10 over the limit? No, James, you will get a ticket. What you guys need to learn, speeding is speeding. Have a speeding to get out of the way of a semi. Ticket. Have a speeding to avoid an accident. Ticket. Then you go to court, explain to the judge. Have a speeding not to get hit. Ticket. Have a speeding to get over to the lane. Ticket. What I need you guys to do, speeding is not the answer. You need to control what you do. You need to leave room. Most people drive at the speed limit. So it's not okay to drive 10 over. You'll get a ticket. And if you get enough tickets, I won't see you for segment 2. You won't get your full license. You're going to get a letter from the state. So don't use a semi as an excuse. You should see the semi ahead of you. You should plan, okay, I need to go to the left. I need to turn on my blinker. I need to accelerate. And most semis are traveling at 60 or 62 miles an hour. If they're going over 70, they're breaking the law. And then if they get a ticket, their ticket is more than you. If you got a farting problem, you need to talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. All right, let's keep going. All cars and trucks have blind spots. They're called the no zones. You should have enough common sense not to be behind a semi-truck or to the left of it or to the right of it. Okay? We always want to prepare for the road test. We always want to prepare for the road test. Keep going. I like the questions. Okay, I'm in segment 1. Okay, I got the segment 1 and segment 2 package. Does that mean I will be taking segment 2 with you as my teacher? The answer is I do segment 1 and segment 2. Most of you will be back to a driving school, could be this one or another driving school in 3 months. I would love to see all of you back. But the reality is, because I have an online class, it's limited to 20. First come, first serve. So when the class is over, when you're done with your drive, you need to be on your mom and dad's head. Mom, Dad, take me to the Secretary of State. Mom, Dad, take me to the Secretary of State. If you're scared to talk to your parent, then you're going to sit there. You have to have that adult conversation. But I don't like talking to my parent. That's a problem you need to work out. Okay? Most parents brought you in this world, and most parents can take you out of this world. Because I talk to your parents. I'm a parent too. So it's no guarantee you'll have me for segment 2. It doesn't automatically get you in. If we were in person, we would have 36. I would drive 26. I will have a backup instructor that would drive 10. But those days are over. 18, 15, 17, 6, 7. Ha ha ha. It's good for me, right? So I would love to be all your segment 2 teachers, but there's a limited number. How is 30 hours? Okay. We'll look at that in a few minutes. You have to have a certain numbers at night. Yeah, 6, 7. We had a 6, 7 quiz the other day. My students loved it. Can you get your 30 hours in 3 months? No, Aubrey. You cannot get your 30 hours in 3 weeks. I just said that. Over 3 months. You're not listening to your instructor. It has to be over 3 calendar months. You can't get it in 3 weeks. Some of you are not listening. I'm going to keep going. What do you do if you are behind someone that accidentally has their trunk open up? Squeeze your brakes, make more room, change a lane, get over to the right, get over to the left, leave room. You should have about a 3-car space cushion. Okay? You should have about a 3-car space cushion. I love it. How do you get better at right turns? You go into your neighborhood. You make 12 right turns, 12 left turns. You do figure 8s at your high school. Just like we start going around a light pole, figure 8 in, figure 8 out. If you want to get better, you have to practice your maneuverability. You have to practice pulling in your driveway. You have to practice backing out. You have to practice in your neighborhood. You don't do it on the street because some people are going too fast. They'll hit you. Some people are going too slow. They'll hit you. Some people are not paying attention. They'll hit you. It's really important. E, is the link working? I did send it to you. Go into your email. It might be able to put you on with me a split screen, hopefully. So you have to practice, Claire. If you want to become a good driver and practice merging on the freeway, you have to practice. If you want to get good going through roundabouts, you have to practice. You have to practice. If you're scared making left turns in front of traffic, you have to practice. You have to have a parent willing because you need someone 18 and you need someone 21 and over. Let's keep going. Is it bad to keep watching your speed at first drives? Yes, Aubrey. You will go over to the right side of the road. You'll drift over to the right, or you'll drift over to the left, or you will almost rear into one. Aubrey, first, thank you for being brave. A lot of beginning drivers stare at the speedometer. Don't keep watching it. Trust the process. Okay? Trust the process. And eventually, you won't look down. Eventually, you'll look up. Eventually, you'll see the light. Eventually, you'll see the line. So it's normal, Aubrey, at first. And it's my job to help you. Thank you for being brave. Thank you, Aubrey. Appreciate it. Let's keep going. What do you do if you break down on the highway? First, it's scary. This happened to me with some students many times. You want to turn on your four-way hazards. Blink, 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 blink. And you want to try to get over to the right side of the road. That's usually the shoulder. You want to get over to the right, far off to the side of the road. Your phone should be charged. None of you should have a phone that's on 30% or 40%. Bring a battery booster with you. Have it charged. Have an extra plug-in connector into your parents' car. You never should have your phone on 30%. All of you grew up with the phone. Have an extra battery pack with you. If the car breaks down, get over to the right as soon as possible. Turn on your hazard lights. Get over to the right, off to the shoulder. And if you don't feel comfortable getting out, we know about 19% of people will be struck. We saw the video, the state police video. If you get out and work in your car, people are looking at you, getting ready to go over to the right and hit you. We saw the state police get hit. We saw another car hit the state police. Don't get out and repair the car. Call for help. Great question. Yeah, let's check it. If it doesn't work, you're still on. But I did send you a link. You should be able to click it and join my live. Okay, let's keep going. If you fail the road test multiple times, do you lose your permit? No, Claire. You have to, your permit does expire. You might want to Google how long does your permit last. It doesn't last forever. It could be 90 days. It could be 1 year. You might have to Google that. Okay? So you need to, Claire, you shouldn't fail your road test 3 times. Are you going too fast? Are you running lights? Did you hit a curb? Did you pull out in front of a truck? I like the question you're asking. But if you're failing 3 times, you probably didn't get good fundamentals in your segment 1. What's up, Jackson? You probably didn't get good prep in your segment 1. Maybe you learned bad habits from your mom or dad. Maybe you learned bad habits from your older brother, sister, speeding, cutting off cars, waiting until the last second to go through a light. If you're developing bad habits, you're going to bring those bad habits into your road test. My job is to try to get you at that 16 and prepare you for the road test now. What are some tips for squeezing the steering without realizing it? Relax your arms. I kind of look at your hands. If you're squeezing the steering wheel and the car kind of drifts left and right, usually on your first or second drive, you're like that. Around the third, you start to be more relaxed. Everyone's different. Maybe you have anxiety. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe your mom and dad cuss you out, clock your T all the time. Holly, I told you. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. Ben, I told you. I'm sorry, Dad. Emily, I told you. I'm just joking, Emily. I'm joking, Ben. I'm joking, Holly. But sometimes parents scream and you're like, ah. So You got to have a conversation with your mom and dad. Mom and dad, please don't scream. Okay, please don't scream. Remember, the flexion is backwards. Okay? So your parents shouldn't be screaming at you. If they're screaming at you, so relax your grip. So do I go to second state to get the permit? No, Maddie. I can't speak of all states. You're going to get a digital certificate. Let's pretend all of you are done driving today. All of you give me your green cards. I take it to the main office. It's in the mailbox. The next business day, they get all the green card outs. They put them in alphabetical order. They check for the classroom roster. That's where I take attendance. Mark you here. You take your test. All of this is put into a file. They look at it. You got your 6 hours, 4 hours of observation. You pass your test. No missed days. You're all paid. They contact the Secretary of State. They send a digital certificate. It's a PDF to your parent, whoever set up the account. That is printed out. It takes about 12 days from when the green card is turned into corporate, because there are thousands of kids who are done daily. Instructors are mailing packets, mailing, dropping off. I try to get your green cards over there immediately. I don't wait. Okay? We're lucky we live in the area. I have you drive there, we put it in the mailbox. And I know the next business day, Monday through Friday, they're going to look at it, organize it, and once you're done, they're going to send it to your parent or guardian. They print it out. You need your birth certificate. You need your Social Security card, a piece of mail, and then obviously you're going to take a vision test. So it takes 12 days. That's the process. So you want to hurry and get done and hurry and get scheduled. How do I show them proof that I've taken the course and test? The digital certificate from the third-party provider. Whoever that driving school provider is, they're going to have a license number with the state. I'll say it again. The third-party provider for driver's ed will have a license number with the state. They are a legal entity to teach adults and teens. I'm certified to teach adults and teens. I have a driver's education certificate number with the state. I'm a certified instructor. Let's pretend my uncle came to do a day. That day would not count because he's not a licensed instructor. It has to be a licensed instructor to teach this class. So that's how they know. And the Secretary of State can go online and verify if this is a real certificate. So that's how they know. Good question. I'll look at that, James. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's go over. I'm sorry, E. We'll try it again next time. Maybe they don't have that feature anymore. Give me 1 second. I like the questions. Just give me 1 second. I like the energy tonight. Remember, I'm not driving tonight. I got to go check on my brother. We're going to schedule those drives for Friday, and it's going to be 5:30 to 8:30 so we can stay on track. And then, of course, Christmas break. So I'm going to share the driver's education stuff first because I think you guys have questions about that, just to show you. So give me 1 second, please. Put in some more questions. And every state has a whatever driver must know. New York, Texas, Michigan, Ohio, Indiana. Every state's a little bit different. Whatever driver must know. And then you guys want to know about the segment 2 and all that information. Don't worry, we'll do some test prep too. Give me 1 second. Okay, every state has whatever driver must know. Texas, Michigan, Ohio, Hawaii, okay? And we're going to get right to it. Let's not waste time. Put more questions in. I'm going to get right to it. I have a chauffeur's license and an enhanced license. This means that I can drive a vehicle up to 10,000 pounds. I don't have a motorcycle endorsement. I don't have a farmer because I'm not a farmer, so I don't know how to drive a tractor. I do have the enhanced license. Allows you to re-enter the U.S. by land or by sea from Canada, Mexico, Bermuda, or the Caribbean. Women around the world are beautiful. Let's just be real. So again, I have an enhanced license because when my son was going to be recruited by the University of Buffalo in New York, we had to go through Canada. I said, listen, bring all your stuff, get an enhanced license, because he travels to Canada quite a bit. So I have an enhanced license, allows you to re-enter the United States by land, by sea, from Canada, Mexico, Bermuda, or the Caribbean without the need for presenting additional identification documents. Enhanced license and state ID are also real ID compliant. Okay, you want to know about segment 2. So I'm getting that here. Again, you just put in your questions. Segment 2. Student drivers who are okay, let's go right down to it. Once the level 1 license has been issued, you may drive with a licensed parent or guardian over 21. So you got to drive with someone over 21. Okay? It could be someone you know, it could be a family member. You have to keep a driving log. The state will give you, they will tell you an app. You can write it on paper, or there's an app. It's called Road Ready. It's for Android or iPhone. It's called Road Ready. You got to keep a driving log. Let's pay attention. Driver's education, segment 2. To apply, you must present your driving log and have at least 30 hours of supervised driving, including 2 hours at night. So some of you asked, how many hours? 2 hours at night. Supervised driving. Questions about that? Again, in order for you to get your segment 2, you have to have 30 hours in 3 months and 2 hours of driving at night with your parent or guardian or designated adult. You must have had your segment 1 at least 3 consecutive months. No, we're not in Diddy House, but I'm going to go ahead and remove you from Diddy House. If you don't have anything intelligent to say, then I'm going to remove you. This is driver's education. All right. So again, you have to have your segment 2 for 3 consecutive months. When you go to Secretary of State, let's pretend this piece of paper is your segment 1 permit. You have a date. Let's pretend you go to Secretary of State tomorrow. It will say 12/16/25. 3 months from 12/16/25. This is when you're eligible to take segment 2 if you have 30 hours in 3 months. I will help you. All you got to do is listen, put your questions in. All right, let's keep going. Segment 2. What is segment 2? It's 3 days of class, 6 hours of classroom instruction. You must pass segment 2 with the state examination of 70%. No, this is not AI. I'm a real human being. All right, you must have 6 hours of driving. 6 hours of class, and you gotta, there's no driving in segment 2, 6 hours of class, you gotta pass the test. And then when you turn 16, in order for you to take your segment 2 test, your road test, you gotta be at least 16, have level 1 for at least 6 months, have no violations, no at-fault crashes or suspensions on your driving record for 90 days preceding your license application, okay? So the state will check. They're not stupid. You can't hide a ticket. Questions. Okay, I talked about segment 1. I talked about segment 2. If you're over 18, you have something called a TIP, a temporary instruction permit. You got to show your social security card, proof of U.S. residency, proof of identity, and proof of residency. What happens if you get into a crash when you have your permit? You won't be able to get your full license. It says violation free. So you don't want to get into a crash. If it's not your fault and the police officer deems it's not your fault, you're okay. But if it's an at-fault accident, put in other questions. All right, give me 1 second. Put in a couple questions. I'm going to change this and go over the other information. Put in questions you have, please, and thank you. You're okay. So, James, I'm going to ask you a question. So, James, let's see, where's James? Where's James? James, you say you already have your certificate. Show it to us. So, James is going to show us his segment 1 certificate. And what's going to happen?
Through Gmail. I can show you the Chromebook, though.
Let's show us. So, James, you already have your certificate, but did you print it out and go to Secretary of State?
I have not yet. That's what it, if you can see that.
So, guys, you're seeing your future. That's what you're going to get. How long did it take to come? A week? 3 days?
So I thought I had makeup class today. I did my last class last Wednesday.
So are you here for nothing or you got to be here?
I honestly don't know.
Well, James, what I would do, I would stay here to make sure. So look, James, they wouldn't send it to you unless you made up your time. So you have to decide, do you want to leave or do you want to stay? But they would not email you your certificate unless you met the requirements. So you make up your mind, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'll stay on for a little bit and then I'll.
I like what you just said.
Questions.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I'm here with you. How many classes are in segment 2? There are 3 2-hour sessions. Okay, a total of 6 hours. I like the question. Give me a second. Yeah, James is your future, guys. That's what your digital certificate looks like. He needs to print it out. Over Zoom. I teach over Zoom. Some states have online driver's education, and then you meet the students in person. So that's how you teach. Give me 1 second, guys. Put in questions where you're waiting, please and thank you. Madagascar, that's my dream vacation. "24 years. Every day you learn something. Okay, we're going to talk about driving in adverse conditions. Put in questions. Okay, if I already have the road app, I have to wait until I finish. Yes, you do. You have to wait till you finish segment 1. And you have to wait just like James. James is technically done. So if you don't have you won't get your digital certificate until you're done with driver's ed, you've taken your test, and you've done everything with your instructor. So that's it. You can't like get in a hurry. I like the questions. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's talk about adverse driving conditions. Oh, hold on. Let me stop it again. Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm here for you, James. Thank you. Appreciate you. That was cool. Okay, look, every driver must be aware and know how to adapt to current driving conditions in order to be a safe driver. You got to be a safe driver. We want you to be safe. We want you to be safe. So look, gravel and sand, they're like little ball bearings. Okay? You'll spin out. So you got to be careful. Gravel and sand. Falling leaves, they'll make you spin out too, so you want to reduce your speed. Falling leaves on a road surface can reduce traction. Gravel and sand on a road surface can reduce traction. They can make you slide. You'll lose control. Safety first. You got that right. Safety is no accident. Potholes. We know about potholes. There are large bumps in the pavement that can be very harmful to your tires' rims, tires, and suspension. Okay? So it's really important. Safety first. So we got to watch out for potholes. You can literally blow up your car, lose control, bend your axle. Okay? So if safe to do so, the driver should always try to avoid going through potholes. Beginning drivers, you don't. You go through a pothole, it compresses the rubber on the tire, and literally you split the tire, and we have a blowout. Let's keep going. Put in questions as they go along. Uneven pavement can be dangerous due to loss of traction. Drivers should travel at slower speeds, increase their following distance to avoid potholes, ruts in the road. Rain. All of you put in a question about one of these, so I can keep going. Rain can be very dangerous because it can greatly reduce your visibility and traction. When it rains, it does make the road slippery the first 3 to 4 minutes because the oil, the gas, the grit, they're mixing together and they make a very slippery paste. So in your mind, when it starts raining, you should lift your foot off that gas pedal. Hey, thank you for the 10 thumbs up. That's awesome. Let's keep it going. Let's keep going. So rain. At the beginning of rainfall, the road becomes especially slippery, see? Because of the oil and dust sitting on the road and floating, creating an oily film. What if you can't try not to get, you'll crash, you'll blow up your car. Once you hit a huge pothole, and you guys know what this is, you won't do it anymore. Okay? How fast or slow should you be driving when it's raining? If it's 70, you might want to drive at 60. If it's 45, you might want to drive at 40. You must drive at a speed that is safe and reasonable for the conditions on the road. Okay? You must drive at a speed that is safe. If it's raining and you don't feel comfortable, you can turn on your hazard lights. Okay? So how fast? So it's not the speed, it's how safe. Remember, most states have something called a basic speed law. How much slower should I drive on uneven pavement? It depends on what type of pavement. Is it just 3 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet? You might want to reduce your speed to 5 under, 7 under. How slow should you drive over a pothole? You want to drive as slow as possible. Because if you drive too fast, you're going to bend the rim on your car. You're going to blow out the strut. You're going to crush and impact your car. You guys know what potholes are. You know. So don't act like you don't know. 5 miles per hour might be too fast. We know potholes can swallow the front of a car. You know this. Okay? So in the spring, the pavement starts cracking, a little pothole becomes a huge pothole to swallow your car. So you want to go as slow as possible, Vivian, thank you. and reduce your speed. You want to try to drive around the pothole. Thank you. I'm really taking time to answer your questions. The rain thing, if it's 50 and it first starts to rain, I lift my foot off, I would drive at 45. I would drive at 40. I would drive at 35. You want to drive at a speed where you feel you can have control of your car. Love that. I'm double checking these questions. It was, do different cars? Yes, Claire. Different cars have different traction. Different cars are different weights, have different tires. Every car is different. So your mom's car is different than your dad's car, your uncle's car, your grandmother's car. They each have different tires. They each have different weights. I like it. We're starting to think. Should beginning drivers drive in the rain? Yes. You have to learn how to drive in the rain. We drive in snow. Precipitation comes in the form of rain, sleet, or snow. It can rain when it's snowing. We could have hail when it's snowing. So precipitation is rain, sleet, or snow. Yes, you should drive in the rain, Arbery, to feel comfortable. Okay? What if you can't get in the pothole, you're going to damage your car. And that could be $500, $1,000, $800. So you really want to be careful. If you see people steering around to the right or left really fast, it's probably a huge pothole. You should slow down. This is why you got to look ahead and process cars. I love the questions about potholes. Hydroplaning can occur with the combination of speed, tire wear, and reduced tire inflation. So you want to go slower. Heavy winds. I'm going to make sure. Hold on, I'm going through the questions. Heavy winds can be hazardous to drivers because of the strong gusts. They can push the car to the left, push the car to the right. Fog and smog result from rapid condensation of humidity as the temperature drops quickly. Okay? If it's too heavy, the driver should pull over to a safe spot. Winter driving, that's us right now, can be extremely dangerous because of many issues for drivers. Snow and ice, one issue. Drivers driving in heavy snow, another issue. Drivers should increase their following distance. Drivers should avoid slamming on brakes. If you jerk the wheel on a wet road, you could slide. You want to be smooth, gradual pressure. What you need to have her do is subscribe to my channel, sign up for a coaching call with me. I can meet with you one-on-one, and I can tell you what to do and help you. So in the link in the bio, sign up for a coaching call. We'll talk about road rage, and then we're going to do some quizzes. This is on the test, guys. Okay, put in other questions you have about this. We talked about nighttime. Oh, I didn't mention nighttime driving. Nighttime driving can be dangerous because drivers have reduced visibility. Hey T, how are you? So nighttime driving, reduce I want to say it right. Reduce visual acuity. I love that word. Acuity is your ability to see at night. Reduce visual acuity. Decrease of depth perception. It's hard for you to not stay on the road. I'll say it again. It's hard for you not to stay on the road because you can't see the white lines. Colors and contrasts are less distinct. A red light, a stop sign, a green light, a guide sign. It's harder to see at night. And a lot of times, a lot of you have fear because I have to teach you. So we want to make sure our windows clean, our windshield's clean, our headlights are clean. So we'll go to the gas station. I'll have you clean the window, wipe the inside down, outside down. We're good. Guys, what is your dream vacation? Put it in. Mine is Madagascar. Let's see. Driver's eyes must constantly adjust. A lot of you stare in the headlights. Oncoming lights. Vehicles approach from the rear. And also, the last one is called visual fatigue. We're getting deep. Meaning, driving with a lot of bright lights tires your eye. Okay? Cranial fatigue intensifies in sunlight. When driving at night, the driver must drive within their headlights, meaning They should be driving at a speed that is safe, where they can stop. The other issue drivers may drive during nighttime is the crossing paths into oncoming traffic. Some of you do that. You drift to the right. Jerusalem is beautiful. I have not been there, but I want to go there one day. If this occurs, the driver should look at the white painted line on the edge of the road and use it as a guide. I'm looking at this. What's the way I can reduce glare at night? Make sure your window is clean, your windshield is clean. Gradual exposure. Don't look at headlights. Look to the right side of the road. Thank you, Mallory. I appreciate that. How should a driver react to heavy wind? You're going to have to hold your wheel more firmly. Yes, you have to clean your windshield inside and out. If you take pride in having clean windows, you're going to have more clarity when you see. Love the questions. Okay, put questions in before we hit this road rage, right? Talk about sand and gravel, falling leaves, potholes, unpaved roads, rain, heavy winds, fog, smog, winter driving, nighttime driving. So we have two hazards, guys. We're driving at night and it's the winter time. And all that road salt, dust, and dirt, that will take away some of the light from our headlights. We could lose 10 or 15%. Universal stool assistant is beautiful. I have a custom setup. I'm sorry, I don't know. I haven't hit anything in class, but tomorrow I'll be going. Scheduled drive, tutorial if it's okay. Yeah, bring your backpack. It's all good. We school friendly. We're school friendly. We're good. It's all good. How often should you clean your windshield? I would say, no cap, when it's dirty, and let's pretend you're driving in a lot of slush and you're really using your windshield wipers and it's hard to see. You might have to pull off to a gas station and clean those windows. You want to have your defroster on warm enough so it blows warm air, but cool enough so it doesn't fog up. You want to have your defroster in the middle. You want to make sure you have good windshield wiper blades. So it depends on how clearly do you want to see. If you're eyeglass wearer, make sure your eyeglasses are clean. So it depends on what type of surface you're driving on. If you're driving with a lot of slush and slop on the road and your windshield wipers don't clean real good, you might have to get new wipers. That's happened to us a couple times. Mr. Beast has the theme park. I think it's in the Middle East. I was watching a video on him. It was pretty cool. Hey, let's get 20 thumbs up. I really like this. Okay, this is on your test. Road rage. Road rage or aggressive driving has become a major issue that can occur on any roadway and impacts all drivers. What are the most common road rage? Overstressed drivers, traffic backups, motorists improperly backing into the roadway. These are things that will trigger road rage. Drivers invading the space cushion of others, meaning you as a beginner driver tailgating. You don't mean to tailgate. This is you tailgating. Okay, I really need two cars. This is you tailgating. And you're going to make people feel nervous. Drivers making communication errors. I ask you to go left. You turn on the right turn signal. A car speeds up. You almost hit them. They're mad at you. Drivers using high beam headlights instead of their low beams. You don't mean to. You have on your high beams. That irritates someone. These are actually gaming glasses. They're blue light glare glasses. I'm not an eyeglass wearer yet. I do wear my Ray-Bans, Meta Ray-Bans to make content at night. It's pretty cool. It does help some. Improper honking. If you honk your horn too much, you're going to make someone angry. Drivers using gestures, the middle finger, doing this, acting crazy. Drivers are going to clock your T. offensive bumper stickers and other declarations. Okay? F this, F that, F this, F that. That makes people angry. You live in a world. You don't live by yourself in the world, and a lot of people think they do. If you're tailgating too close, you're going to make someone angry. If you're changing lanes or swerving, thank you. You're going to make someone angry. Thank you, Robin. Appreciate that. Robin, make sure you subscribe. Lock in. Put questions in. Put questions in about road raging. These are the things right here. Again, oversteering, overstressed drivers. You're late coming home. You're tired. You're stressed. You're going to go too slow. Traffic backups. People are very angry. They're upset. There was a traffic backup this morning. A semi-truck hit a car. I left an hour early. Thank you. We want to get you on the live Zoom call. We'll figure it out. Or the live podcast. If you're leaving late, you're stressed. If you're behind a grandma or grandpa going slow, you're stressed. If you're behind a mom in a minivan with 3 kids, you're stressed. She's going to go slow. Leave early. I was a little stressed on the I-94 interstate, but I left early. We were going bumper to bumper to bumper, big semi-trucks to my right. How often may you need to change your... once every year. If you want crispy, clean windows. Once every year. They cost $10, $15, $20. Also, you need to have windshield washer solvent. You need to have this, windshield washer solvent. You need this. Carry an extra gallon. What should I do if my distance myself from road ragers and they try to get me? Aubrey, I love the questions, girl. Get away from them. Don't let them follow you to your house. Go to a public place. We're going to look at the road raging videos. Yes, you don't want to run late because you're going to speed. What are the things you should keep in your car? Jumper cables. Miss Grouse coming with the great questions. Clock that T. Jumper cables. An energy bar. Gloves. A hat. Kitty litter or sand. If you get stuck, you can put the kitty litter or sand into where you're stuck. Kitty litter, sand, a big winter coat. You guys are under 21. You're not going to have a winter coat. You're going to have your little hoodie and you're going to freeze. Yeah. So I would say a basic set of hand tools. Have your mom and dad get you a gift card to Home Depot or Lowe's or Harbor Freight and get that winter survival kit. I'm telling you, you need to get a tow cable, 30 foot. If you get stuck, someone can pull you out. Get a set of basic hand tools, some gloves. Come on now, we thinking. Doing good, G, how you doing? What's up? I love it. Grouse coming with them questions. Come on, man. Okay, again, overstressed drivers, traffic backups, motorists doing improper or backing or blocking the roadway, motorists invading your space, making decisions to communicate with errors. You turn on your left turn signal, but you go to the right. Sounds familiar, you beginning drivers? You don't mean to, but the lady behind us cuts over and we come into her lane and then she honks her horn. I'm looking at the questions. When you are cold, how can that affect your driving? It takes you a little bit longer to process. Your feet are cold, your hands are cold. You've been outside in the cold. It kind of dulls your senses. It's like getting into a cold car. I love the questions. Come on, Claire. Love them questions. All of you type in what you learned. All of you type in what you learned. It's from my heart, G. That's who I am. I've always been like this. I'm always the hype guy. That's what my bosses come in work. You the hype man. It's my energy. It's my passion. I love driver's education. I love teaching. Okay? These are tape delayed. Sometimes I go by myself. I make content and then I put it out and we get comments. I do a mix of both. I can do a screen share too. We're going to do a quizzy right now. Guys and ladies, I really love the questions. You are outstanding tonight. And yes, you can wave at someone. People do get angry. They get ridiculous sometimes. So you got to move ahead. You can put a subwoofer in your truck in your base. That's cool. If you want to get a good system, it costs about $1,500. You got to have a good battery. You got to have a booster. You got to have a heavy-duty alternator. Q, if you don't have a good battery and a good alternator, you're going to overload that alternator, and you'll blow out your system. So if you want to have a good system, $900 to $1,500. If you're in a stereo competition, you're going to spend thousands, right? But if you want a basic system, $300, $500, $700. It will sound like garbage because your trunk is going to rattle, okay? I love the questions. Guys and ladies, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Subscribe, join the community. Bye.